running back position?
Yeah, running back is one of those things where, obviously a lot of questions, a lot of unknowns. So far in the first 6 practices, we've been very pleased with what we've seen. Keith and Valentine's really taken up from where he left off in the spring. Not only has he been a very shifty and nifty runner and been able to have good vision, but he's demonstrated he can run with power, and that's very positive. Justin Woods and D. Bell have done a fantastic job as well, but Logan Dole's had a terrific camp so far. I know some people were surprised that we mentioned him about being a runner, but no one's got a better resume of being a runner and being a success at that than Logan. And he's moving up the depth chart every single day and doing a real fine job. It's hard to be a freshman and figure out all these things, but he seems to have the poise and the confidence that many of the good players do, so we're very optimistic for him.
Is there one aspect of your team that has come the farthest in the offseason that has made the most progress? Is there one part, O-line, on the special teams?
Well, I think as far as any one aspect, I would probably have to say maybe one of the biggest improvements in our team might have been our quarterback. I think he's had a terrific offseason. Real excited about him. Our wide receiver group as well. We are veteran at the offensive line, and we've added some nice players. But where I anticipate seeing the payoff coming from is from our defensive side. From the linebackers and the defensive line standpoint, that would really do us a lot of good. If that linebacker core and our safeties and other defensive backs can come together pretty well, then we should have a pretty solid special teams effort as we've tried to do. But defensive line-wise, I'm very pleased. Brandon Harrell really, if Logan Dole's been maybe a surprise on the offensive side, I think Brandon Harrell's been that same type of pleasant. Maybe surprise is too strong of a word. We knew that both those players were good players, but to assert themselves this early in the camp, we thought that was a very positive sign for us, and so we're very pleased with that.
The way last season ended, did that add fuel to the off-season fire for a lot of these guys? Have you noticed maybe they wanted to be working out more, they wanted to hit the field, they wanted to get all that out of their minds?
Well, I think the way that last season ended, I think the players and the coaches did a terrific job of being very positive, proactive as to what they could control. And our players did a great job in the weight room with Coach Kent. Our coaches did a terrific job on the road recruiting. Now it's just the time to put all those things aside and take all that work that's been done in recruiting or from a development standpoint, and now put it together and get our timing down, our chemistry down. And that's one of the things that we've been very pleased with so far, so we're excited about that.
Coach, talk about Ian Campbell, what he's meant for your program the last few years, and what do you expected out of him for a senior year?
One of the things that we tried to explain to Ian in the offseason was that he's been such a terrific leader and has held this thing to such a high standard in the 2 years that he's been a starter. Being a first-team all-conference player, we really said that it was time for him to focus on his particular game, to really his development as a player, his knowledge of the game, that kind of thing. And I think what that's done is that's really put a lot of other players in a position to step up and lead by example and in other ways. And I think that's really helped our team. Chris Carney's done a terrific job in that area. Josh Moore's done a terrific job. Gary Chandler's doing better in that area, and others. Brandon Balcom, we think, really could be one of the keys to our season with his improvement. If he can continue on the path that he's on, at the pace that he's going at, we think he could have a fine year. So it was very important for those players to be able to have the kind of room and space to do that. And I think Ian's become a better player, and I think all those players I've mentioned have become better leaders because of the offseason. And I'm very proud of him, very pleased with that.